Okay, girls, gather around, gather around. We are graduating from short to our long form lounge. For my first deep dive, we have to pay homage, pay our respects to the block that raised us. If you grew up with a TV in the 90s or 2000s, you didn't just watch anime, you watched Toonami. Today we're doing a full history lesson. We're talking the era of Moltar, the golden age of T.O.M, the tragic death in 2008, and the miracle resurrection. Let's get into it. All right, so Toonami launched in March 17th, 1997. I was 6, but it didn't look like the spaceship yet. The first host was actually Moltar from Space Ghost Coast, actually. Wait, Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Oh my God, say that a million times. It was very industrial, very 90s grunt. The early lineup was this. It was Thundercats, Cartoon Alley, and Voltron. Y'all remember Voltron? Thundercats, Thundercats, roar! Well, how'd it go? Thundercats! Ho! The big shift in 98 is when everything changed, and this is what mostly I remember. I remember Voltron and Thundercats for sure, but this is what I specifically remember. 1998 and on is where they brought in Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z. Also, if you see me looking over here, I have my notes, and that's where everything changed pretty much. Like that's like what we remember as a generation. It wasn't just like cartoons anymore. It was presented as an experience with drum, bass, soundtracks, explosions. It was an immersion into anime. Cartoons, those weren't cartoons anymore. All right, let's enter the golden age of T.O.M. It started in July 1999. Moltar was out of here. Y fuera! And the goat arrives. T.O.M, honey. He was short. He was a cool little robot. You know, little man center. I love me a short cutie king. Short king. And the ship was called the Absolution. This is when Toonami became a cultural reset, bro. Let's talk about the classic. Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. Techi Mujo, Outlaw Star, and YuYu Hakusho. Oh my God. And the promotion during this time, talk about broken promises, talk about dreams, like the trailers, the clips that got you hooked onto watching these shows. It was like top tier, like TV production.
Space. A boy has the right to dream. There are endless possibilities stretched out before you.
To trust in your own power.
Whatever happens from now on, you stand firm and face your destiny without fear, but with courage.
What awaits him down the path, he will then have to choose.
No one's gonna give you a map. You've gotta walk your own path.
The children leave their homes in search of this quest.
What is thy desire?
As they search, they are always asking questions. What's out there? What's waiting for me?
Why was I made? Who made me? And what did they make me for?
You gonna go up into space with your old man or not? Maybe I'll never get over this. I've lived my life following my dreams, and I don't have any regrets.
You're gonna just keep running away?
Just keep running away? I'm not running.
I remember being a kid and being hooked, girl. Like I ran home from school every day, grabbed my damn snack, sat down from the TV. Homework, who? What? Fail me. They treated us like adults. Like there was no sugarcoating. Sailor Moon was not sugarcoated. It was just like, America was very censored in those times, but they kind of just like, it was like innuendos kind of things. Like now as an adult, when I watch those shows again, I'm like, oh my God. Little old me was watching that because like it was presented differently to the kids. We didn't understand that. Now I'm watching it like, and the midnight run Adult Swim Toonami was where things got a little nasty. Not kidding. No, I'm kidding. It didn't get nasty, but YuYu Hakusho and all those other shows that couldn't be played during the day, like Inuyasha, were played during this time. I remember staying up, having my remote control in my hand, just in case my mom would walk into the room to see if I was sleeping, and I would have subtitles on, not even the sounds. And when she would walk, I'd pretend I was sleeping. That's how important it was to me. All right, let's fast forward to 2004. That's where things started to shift a little shifty shift. Toonami moved from weekday afternoons to Saturday nights. All right, as I'm editing, I noticed that I kept out a little piece of information. Toonami felt like they were blowing through content way too fast. They were posting anime 5 days a week, blowing through translated content way too fast. So they were forced to do a lot of reruns, which is why I saw a lot of reruns back in that time. Saturday nights, and replace it during the week with Mizugi. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'll put it on the screen. Because parents, one, were complaining about the lineup. It was getting too gory, too aggressive for the taste in those times. So they released this new like lineup of shows that was like Code Lyoko and like Teen Titans. So they ended up just airing it on Saturday night so they could, one, conserve the content that they were getting from the animes that they were translating, and two, to appease parents, and three, the FCC guidelines were easier to maneuver during that time slot. And okay, at first it was great, whatever. We got Naruto, Full Metal Alchemist, cool, One Piece, which I still have not finished, girl. And the energy was changing, it was giving us more depth. Because Naruto was crazy, like Orochimaru. One Piece is still going on, still bumping and dumping, girl. We're not talking about that. And Full Metal Alchemist is the darkest thing. I don't understand why that was. Till this day, I'm like, I was watching that in 2004. I was like 13. Maybe I should have been watching that, but I digress. Now let's talk about the downward spiral. Tom was on his 4th facelift, girl. His 4th BBL, girl. They gave him like 4 different looks. They kept changing Tom. I don't know why. I don't know what it was. Maybe to keep our attention spans there. Maybe our attention spans were already evolving. I digress. I don't know. But competition, the internet. The internet played a big part during these times. In early 2000s, the internet was popping off and streaming and stuff. You could watch stuff YouTube. So it was just becoming like this saturated environment. I feel like that's when TV really started like plummeting. Hi, it's me again. Sorry, this is my first video in a long time and I missed some things. Sorry. So the internet played a really big part in Toonami's downfall. One, Crunchyroll was turning from an illegal pirating site into a legal site. Fun fact, Crunchyroll started as an illegal pirating site. People were watching these shows ahead of time. They weren't living off reruns anymore because they could just go straight to the source and watch it as it aired. A lot of the traffic came from DVD sales too. So now nobody's buying DVDs because you can just watch it online. So there's that. That traffic's gone. Toonami tried to do their own streaming service, Toonami Jetstream. I don't remember. I think that's what it was called. And that failed miserably because at this point, the damage had been done. When YouTube became a thing, like a real thing, and then cable eventually was not really like a vibe anymore, and then packages, and it was just, I remember personally for me, my mom and parents like diverted from DirecTV and Comcast and stuff. We had Comcast maybe my entire life until, we still have Comcast, but we don't have cable. Like we had cable maybe until my late 18, 19, like my mom just was like, okay, over it. By then, Netflix I think was already like a thing. I think I might be wrong, but I remember not having cable at a certain point. My mom was just like, whatever. We had DVR for a very long time, but why am I talking about this? Okay, the internet, it ate views. It was starting to eat the views away from casual viewership on TV. Things were changing, times were changing. Unfortunately, times were changing. And this is why I think we're fucking stuck on these times, because it was like there was so much purpose behind this, going home from school and watching these shows and growing up with these shows throughout the years. As you grew up, these shows evolved. So like, it was just like, till this day, girl, I can't. And then the heartbreak on September 20th, 2008. Mind you, my birthday is 6 days later, which traumatic. Toonami was canceled on September 20th, 2008. Tom's final speech. I have to read Tom's speech with you guys. Well, this is the end, beautiful friends. After 11 years, this is Toonami's final broadcast. It's been a lot of fun, and we like to thank each and every one of you who took this journey with us. Toonami was more than just cartoons. It was a movement. I'm gonna cry. It challenged the status quo, it provided safe haven for action anime fans, and it gave a voice to a generation of geeks. Wow, this always makes me cry. But all good things must come to an end, and with that, we say goodbye. Toonami is leaving the airwaves of Cartoon Network, but the spirit of Toonami lives on in all of you. So until we meet again, stay gold, bang. I can't. By the way, fun fact, Tom, the voice actor for Tom, was the voice actor for one of the characters in Cowboy Bebop, I think. And he had this famous line that he ended the show with, the last Toonami stream. Girl, when he said stay gold, bang. First of all, I made a TikTok about this. I mean, a short about this the other day and I think it already posted. Cried. No, it's going to post soon. Cried. I'm still crying after that clip of me reading the script. Cried. Making that short, I wept because I remember sitting there, 2008? I was old as fuck, actually. I was born in 91. And plus, how much is that? I was that old. I was old as fuck at that point. So, like, come on. And yeah, it was just like the moment of silence that I feel like we were left alone finally. Like, I feel like our babysitter was like, all right, I did my thing. Like, I did what I had to do for you guys. You're on your own now. Boy, was he wrong. I'm still proud anyways. I mean, you can't keep a good robot down though, because in 2012, April Fool's Day, girl, Adult Swim brought it back for one night as a joke, but the internet popped off. I remember that. The fans were demanding it back so hard. It was like giving someone a bump and then not letting them have the bag. The legacy that it left behind, bro. Crunchyroll could never, like, I wish we could go back to those times. Like, if Toonami can come back right now and just, Toonami needs to come back right now. It needs to be an app. Just Toonami, right? And just air Jujutsu Kaisen, all the new ones. Just fuck Crunchyroll. Like, let's just get Toonami, the Toonami app. Let's make a Toonami app. Cartoon Network, listen up. Eat up Crunchyroll. Cartoon Network has to be stronger than fucking, didn't it shut down? Oh wait, I think it doesn't exist anymore. Cartoon Network. I think it's just Tuna. I think it's just Adult Swim. I don't even think Adult Swim does exist still, I think. Whatever. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Okay. All right. Toonami didn't just give us shows, it gave us an aesthetic. It taught us that animation can be serious. Beautiful. It can be all the hype that it deserves to be. Without Toonami, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. Without Toonami, I probably wouldn't be even here breathing right now. Like that, I'm genuinely dramatic and being dramatic as I can possibly be. It kept me going when I was a kid. My childhood was not the best. And I just remember just like it's before I cry, it really raised a generation. It did. And it just makes me happy to be able to experience those things because kids these days are just watching stuff on Crunchyroll, YouTube, and stuff, and like nobody will ever know how it felt to go home from school, put on your TV, and just enjoy not brain rotting anime and anything in general, any show, whatever, content, something, entertainment. Which Toonami era was your favorite? Which one did you live through? Which one do you remember? Let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you for watching. I hope this first video wasn't that crazy. I'm gonna try to edit it as best as I can. I'm very rusty. I'm very used to like short-term content now, so I haven't made a YouTube video in years. But subscribe for more. I'm here to do deep dive and share my knowledge of anime, my love for anime, and the nostalgia of it all. So if you enjoyed that too, and you enjoyed this video and enjoyed my page, thank you. Subscribe for more, and I'll be here.